Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel.
In today's video, we're going to talk about money saving tips that you can start right now.
Now, at this time?
Well, no, yeah, like right now, as in now.
Yesterday now?
Yeah, I think
anytime you want.
So if you guys have started in your journey on dealing with your personal finances, there's bound to be a certain aspect that that you want to go. There's a lot of things. It's like, oh, I got to do this, and I realized to myself, well, there's a certain way that we do things.
Yeah.
So we'll share it with you guys. Hopefully, you can utilize this in your journey. So number one would be setting up a goal.
Always talk about that. If you don't have a big picture of what you want to be, then you may not be able to succeed.
For us, example would be saving up your emergency finances. Okay, whether it's 1 week of your wage, 1 week of expenses, 1 month of your expenditure, whatever it is, just set up a goal. It sounds like the more ridiculous it is, the more achievable it would get.
Oh, really? Ridiculous? Like
ridiculous, what? Like okay, for example, on our eBay. Now I want to make $1,000. I'm like, okay, I don't know how I'm gonna do that. And then I was like, okay, we can achieve that.
Yeah, 1,000 a week.
1,000 a week. Like,
about.
I don't know how I'm gonna do that, but we're going towards that. This week alone, we're making 5 something.
Yeah, around 5, 5-ish.
So there you go. So I'm halfway towards that. That is an example. Like I didn't think I can reach that $1,000 a week.
Yep.
But
the next goal for us is consistently
1,000. It was
so
just
maybe
it was just 1,000, like big lumps of 1,000 in 1 week.
Yeah.
And we achieved that, but we want to go consistent every week 1,000.
Yeah.
So the next one.
Next one is to make a budget.
Yep.
Right. If you don't make a budget, first you have a goal, and then you set up how, when, where, how do you do it, right? You have to have a budget, how much the money you're going to put it. For example, you have 1,000 a week as your net income. And then what we normally do is, when you first started, you should have a 50, 20, 30 rule. So you put 50% to your living expenses, like your food, your bill, transportation, rent, or mortgage repayment. And then the 20% go to your savings or debt repayment. If you have any debt, pay off first. And 30% of your money, let's say $300, go to things that you enjoy. For example, going out for a movie or buying some presents or gift. But for us, we normally have less than 30%. Or maybe for us, we will just go out for a restaurant.
Once in a while.
Everyone is different. Some people is like tangible. For us, it's just experience.
Yeah.
Or if we buy things normally, because we live in an apartment in a small area, we think, okay, do we have room to fit it in? If we don't, we can't.
That's it.
The problem sometimes I think in Australia, we have such a big house. People tend to buy a lot of stuff.
The bigger the house, the more stuff you have.
Yeah.
So
that's right.
Or the other option would be try bucketing your money. That's another way of looking at it. Okay, then. So for me going out, for me to live 7 days, I need to put it in this bucket. So whatever that is, maybe like an envelope system for some people, maybe a money jar, maybe just one separate bank account. Whatever it is, you put that bucket in one area. And then again, the saving will be another bucket.
Maybe saving for holiday, saving
Correct.
for your home deposit.
Yeah,
whatever you want.
Expenses, your emergency, that's another bucket, or maybe a car, that's another bucket.
A holiday. Yeah, did I mention holiday?
Yeah. And then the other one would be like, that's how we started. We started so simple, just split it into 3.
Yeah.
3 different buckets, 3 different accounts, 3 different systems.
Whatever it is.
Yeah. Whatever
suits you. Some people like to use cash. Some people like to use bank account.
Or not physical envelope, like physical money. So,
not good for you. You always lose stuff.
Yeah.
No.
So for us, what works for us is like in a Excel spreadsheet. It's an overview of the whole entire lot. But at the end of the day, it just it's split into all of these different items. But I know, okay, so that's expenses on this property, or that's income of this.
Yeah.
So that's how we work it out now.
Yes, right. And next one is know your big expenses.
things such as rent. That's a mortgage
Rent?
repayment.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a fixed.
That's right. So all your car, the retro service or insurance, always a big hit though. I was like, because they come once a year.
Yep.
You don't normally, they don't come once a month. You don't.
Oh,
you tend to
can.
forget it.
You can
Can
get
you?
the monthly one.
But we do
We do
yearly.
yearly because some aspect. If you do yearly, you get a discount instead of a monthly or every 3 months or a quarter or something.
Okay.
So
Yeah. So you keep your big expenses, so you budget them. You put the money aside. When they come, at least you can get it.
Yep.
When it comes, you don't just pay it from your credit card.
that's it. So another one would be aim to reduce your debt in any way possible. Doing the debt snowball effect in a sense, pay off the smallest amount to the largest.
Yeah, that keep you motivated.
So if you pay your smallest amount, let's say if you have a $500 credit card, $1,000 and $2,000 credit cards, pay off the $500 in full or as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
And then utilize that
That
repayment to go
pay
on the
the next
second one. And then from that, 1 and 2, pay off the third one. So that gives you that motivation, the momentum, the feeling is like, whoa.
I can do the 500. I
achieved.
can do 1,000.
Yeah.
Right.
So that it's a psychological thing. It's not actually based on, like the numbers, it makes sense if you do the low interest repayment first because you're paying less interest.
Yeah.
But
You mean to pay the high interest first, right?
sorry,
Not pay it off the
pay
high
off
interest. But that's the theory. But then in reality, maybe harder.
Yep. So
But whichever you like, though, whichever you're comfortable. But we suggest for the snowball effect.
yeah, coming from experience, like myself anyway, I did the smallest to biggest, and it does feel great once you finish off the credit card. You chop it off, and then after that, okay, what have I got? Oh, the car loan. Okay, so I gotta put that next. So the car loan, once that happened, chop it off, close it, and like, oh, okay, now what? It feels good. Now it's the mortgage.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing now. I guess the mortgage is our highest.
That's the
pinnacle.
that's the only repayment we have to pay, the mortgage.
Yeah.
But it's investment. Anyway, next one. Consider an online saving account and automate the payment to that. So what I normally do is I don't even have money. I don't have income, okay? Anyway, I use the bank money, and then I transfer this is my daily account. I transfer monthly, whatever you can afford, to another high interest online account.
Yeah.
That's what we do. So just leave it there and earn interest, and that money you don't touch it till you really need it.
It's not even connected to any of our daily.
It's
bank
individual and separate.
Yep.
It's only my name.
Yeah,
It's my personal.
awkward silence. The next one will be research whether the reward programs will work for you. Each store is different. So I realized, for example,
when we were younger, we were doing Qantas. What's the Qantas point? Just Qantas point?
Yeah, I don't know, frequent flyer or something.
Yeah, frequent flyer. Before that, I was using Air. What? I forgot all these. Anyway, it's these mileage.
Rewards, yeah.
Yes. Air Asia. Yes, I was. No, not Air Asia. It's the brand. I forgot. Sorry.
But anyway, the concept is like, oh, I need to have the frequent flyer points, I guess, but you gotta actually fly.
Well, I used to travel quite a lot before kids, but then with kids and now COVID, it's stuck. You don't use anymore, and we don't use these points anymore. We only use flyby.
Yeah. So and that alone, depending on the retailers.
Yes.
So there's a system where if you use the flybys, you can convert that point into a dollar figure.
Yep.
But we ended up spending it in the same store.
Anyway,
So-
but thank God flyby now having more stores, and we normally shop with them anyway. But mainly we use
For
Coles.
groceries.
Yeah.
So
Kmart, Target. Office work is new.
yeah.
Bunnings
Yeah.
new, but Bunning have
that's
potential.
where I'm talking about the second bit, depending on the reward program. Because in another retailer, Bunnings, for example, if you're a member with them, you get a 5% discount.
Yeah.
So which one do you rather have? And you can't have both. You can't
Yeah.
have the
Flyby
Flybuys
point or the Power Pass
Power
discount.
Pass discount. So I'm like, the 5% discount is more important.
It's bigger because I search how much dollar do you have to spend to get the Flybuys point, but then the Power Pass 5% discount is better.
So some of them is like that. Some like if you gotta look at which one is more.
It works for you because Flyby works for us totally.
Yeah.
Even though Coles is downstairs, so
Yeah.
I shop there all the time.
And every time I looked at our reward in our Flybuys, it's like getting higher and higher.
Yeah, we got to convert some money again.
Are we? Are we
Yeah.
up to that stage again? Okay, so
I think we got
convert that.
$70 already. Yeah.
Convert that into real dollar figure, and then we're
can
gonna shop for our groceries because
Yes.
our consumption with kids is getting
Yeah.
higher and higher. That's one way to
Yeah,
minimize.
that works for us as a family with kids, but it may not work for you if you're individual person, a single person. It maybe other point system works for you,
Yeah.
and it works for us because it's free to join.
Correct, and there's no membership. There's no like yearly, annually fees. There's
Yeah.
none of that. Some credit cards like have that. Hey, free for the first year, and then you got this amount of points for whatever airline.
We used to. No,
Now,
we
like,
can travel.
There's no point because we're not frequent flyers.
Next one is to use alert to avoid paying any additional fees.
Yeah.
For example,
yeah.
today, just today, I bought something from Kogan, and then they have this first.
First delivery free.
No, not for like they have this member.
Yeah.
It's called
if
first
you're a member, yeah.
You have to pay $49, but they have 14 days free trial.
Mm-hmm.
But I joined because I don't have to pay now. But 14 days later, they will charge me for $49 for a whole year. But I think most of the item, if they ship it to us, will be free. But anyway, I click, please remind me 3 days before they charge me.
So
then I'll cancel it. Yeah, I put it on my paper, I put it on Kogan Alert, and I'll put it on my phone too. Just remind yourself, then you don't have to waste that $50. God knows how often do I shop in Kogan. It's not often. Once a year, maybe.
Yeah. So, and then the last one would be, I guess, readjusting as you go along, assess where you're at. You know, the first time we do this, there's a lot of fine teething. I'm like, over budget on that one. Under budget on this. I'm like, okay, we need to adjust this and adjust that. You keep on have to fine tune it. For us having kids as well, that throw us a bit out of whack some days.
Yeah, because
kids' schools activities.
2 years ago they were both in daycare or childcare.
Yeah.
But then now we don't have to pay childcare anymore. They're going to primary school, both of them.
Yeah.
So we use that money for the kids' activity.
Yeah.
So then we just use money, or maybe we can. I think we will save more money.
I don't know, but they consume a lot more.
Oh yeah, they eat like adults. Yeah, so we have to increase our budget on food.
That's it. So yeah, we keep on, and then after that, the activity is a little bit different. You know, whereas beforehand it's like going to the park, but now they need to be more stimulating somehow. You know,
I don't know. We'll try to stuck on the free stuff first.
So, and it's getting more higher and higher in that aspect. So yeah, you're always going to have to readjust as you go along. As soon as you do, I think 12 months, at least you can sort of go back if you have the data. Go back. Okay, in January last year, I expected to have this bill. At least you're prepared for that.
I have an Excel sheet for that.
Yeah. So every year you kind of know. Okay, then at this time of the year, I'm expecting to have a big lump sum of expenses. At least you already prepare yourself on that aspect.
Yeah.
The first year will be the hardest because you're going in the dark.
Yeah.
You have no data.
Yeah.
And it is a bit tedious.
That's right.
Because you have to create the data.
And then you got to go back last year. What did I pay? How much did I pay for? Oh, I paid for that. Why?
Yeah. Like, what am I spending this money for? So there's all of that regrets as well as you go along. And you kind of learn.
Yeah, you learn from it.
And realizing goes, I don't need this, I don't need that.
Yeah, and start today. Well, not tomorrow, today.
Start today.
Yeah.
Start yesterday. Anyway, that's just our 2 cents, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this conversation. Well, this video.
Our conversation, our conversation.
On money and saving tips when you can start now. Don't forget to subscribe, comment.
And see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.